So here are 9 or 10 solid minutes of geography facts most people get wrong. In this video we're looking at more interesting misconceptions people often make when it comes to geography. Arizona is often believed to be the final state in the contiguous United States to obtain official statehood. While technically this is true, it isn't officially true. Yes, that sounds confusing. While Arizona became a state in 1912 just after New Mexico, there is one other state who was later admitted to be an official state, Ohio. Ohio was originally accepted as a state in 1803. They, however, forgot to ratify the state constitution. It wasn't until 150 years later, in 1953, that an Ohio Congressman attempted to fix this blunder by making his state officially recognized. And despite Congress backdated the state constitution to retain Ohio's state of statehood at 1803, its approval in 1953 would place it after Arizona. Russia and Turkey are the only countries on 2 continents and so transcontinental countries. This is wrong. There are 6 contiguous transcontinental countries, meaning this doesn't include maritime borders, that being Turkey, Russia, Kazakhstan, Georgia and Azerbaijan, which are all located in Eurasia, with the only one situated on another continent being Egypt, mostly in Africa and partially in Asia. Norway is not the northernmost country. It's only the 3rd most northern country after Russia and Canada. The northernmost point is in Greenland at the island off Kaffaklubben. Greenland also stretches farther north as well as south, west and east as Iceland. This becomes more clear when we draw straight lines at the edges of Greenland's map. Lagos is not the capital of Nigeria. Even though Lagos is home to almost 16 million people, the capital is Abuja when it was moved from Lagos in 1991. Minnesota, located right here, is home to 10,000 lakes, and by many believed to have the most in the United States. However, they don't even come close to Alaska, which has over 3 million lakes of more than 3 acres. In reality, Alaska has almost 40% of the nation's surface water resources. Although the name's saying Iceland, the country isn't really made out of ice. This, while Greenland on the other hand, is actually almost completely made of ice and no green. The reason for the names is quite funny and similar to each other, but we already explained that in another video about country names. You can check that out below in the description after this video. Anyway, despite people not believing it, you are able to see Russia from the vast land of the United States. Certain portions of Cape Prince of Wales and Alaska on a cloudless and fogless day have clear views of mainland Siberia, which is only 50 miles away. This is the flag of Afghanistan. Well, at least until 2021. Only a few people, including some of our viewers, know that it's changed to this flag. It was adopted on August 15, 2021, following the Taliban's victory in the 2001 to 2021 war. Let us know which of these flags you like better. The capital of Romania is Bucharest, not Budapest. Some people confuse the names, which is quite understandable. However, while Bucharest is the capital of Romania, Budapest is the capital of Hungary. Now, some people, and mostly young people, think Hawaii is a country on its own. This is obviously not true, but that's not really interesting. What is interesting is that Hawaii exists of 8 islands. Well, at least 8 major islands. While some may believe Hawaii is the only island, Hawaii exists of 8 major islands, with the biggest ones being Hawaii and Maui. Yes guys, Hawaii has an island called Hawaii. The state of Hawaii, however, officially recognizes 137 islands. These are the French Alps, with the highest point being Mont Blanc on the border of France and Italy, also believed to be the highest summit in Europe. This is not true. While Mont Blanc reaches a height of 4,810 meters, 2 other mountains are even higher, that being Saqqara, Georgia at 5,193 meters and the highest Elbrus in Russia at 5,642 meters. Anyway, the Middle East along with the continent of Africa are home to the dustiest and most sandy regions in the world. However, the Middle East still imports sand from Australia. Why? Well, since the beginning of the 21st century, there has been a construction boom in the Middle East with big cities like Dubai. However, the sand in the Middle East has become fine due to erosion. Sand is crucial building material, and so Australia is very important in this process. The pyramids of Giza in Cairo, Egypt are perhaps the most famous and intriguing pyramids on Earth, yet the world's biggest pyramid is located in Mexico. And if that's not enough, Egypt's so-believed record of most pyramids in the world is also stolen, this time however by Sudan. New York City is not the capital of New York, it's Albany. Chicago is not the capital of Illinois, it's Springfield. Neither Philadelphia nor Pittsburgh are the capitals of Pennsylvania, it's Harrisburg. And the capital of California is not Los Angeles, it's Sacramento. A common misconception is that the world's longest and most significant canal is the Panama Canal. And while it is undoubtedly significant, China's Beijing-Hangzhou Grand Canal is the country's oldest and longest canal. The canal is 1,100 miles long and links 5 significant rivers. Australia is the land known for wild, poisonous and dangerous animals like sharks, snakes and spiders. 1 million creatures capable of poisoning or eating you, but the most dangerous being, well, horses. The number of deaths associated with wild animals is actually lower than the number associated with horses, an animal that seem harmless. Horses were responsible for 77 of the 254 animal-related deaths that occurred between 2000 and 2010. For any animal, this was the greatest number. The second most dangerous? Cows. Now, in an earlier part, we had discovered that the Mount Everest, despite being the highest above sea level, isn't actually the tallest mountain range. That name belonged to Mauna Kea in Hawaii, but they are also not even the closest to space. How? Yes, Mount Everest is the highest summit above sea level, however, as Earth is not particularly round like some people say but more oval, Mount Chimborazo in Ecuador is closer to space. Although Ecuador's Mount Chimborazo is just 20,564 feet tall, its equator location brings it closer to the stars than Mount Everest, which stands at 29,035 feet. The next fact people often seem to be getting wrong is that the Sahara Desert is always hot and dry. While only few know the truth, at night time, temperatures can drop to -4 degrees Celsius. And in January 2022, the Sahara even reached its 5th snowfall in 40 years, and it really looks beautiful. Just take a look at these pictures. Do you know about the fact that California has a bigger population than Canada? I'm sure you do, but it's wrong, at least for now. In 2019, the state California had approximately 39.75 million people and more than 2 million more than Canada, 37.5 million. However, whereas California's population is slowly declining and hit a total of 38.9 million people, Canada's population is increasing and stands higher at 39.1 million. It really is an impressive race between these two. Despite being known as the tropical and warm island with sandy beaches, Hawaii does actually receive snow. As discussed before, Hawaii is home to Mauna Kea, but even to more high tops. Mauna Kea, Mauna Loa on the Big Island, and Haleakala on Maui are above 10,000 feet and get snowfall throughout the winter. In truth, the name Mauna Kea means White Mountain because of its snow-capped peak. Now, the country that receives the most snow is not Canada, not Russia, and not the United States. In reality, it's Japan. Because of the mountainous terrain, Japan has had an estimated 3,000 inches of snow since the beginning of the 21st century. The second country was Canada with 2,100 inches, followed by the United States with 1,500 inches. Russia, despite having Siberia, is on the 4th place with 1,000 inches in the 21st century. Although home to 3,100 animal species, Brazil is not the country with the most bird species. That prize goes to its neighbor Colombia with 1,878 species, while Brazil follows closely with 1,813 species. This is Nepal's flag, and we all know it's the only flag not to be a rectangle. But do you also know why? Its 2 triangles are made up of pennants to represent the country's Himalayan mountains. Let us know in the comments if you knew this fact. This is the flag of Cambodia, and it's believed to be the only one featuring a building since the change of the old flag of Afghanistan, this one. However, including Afghanistan, there were actually 5 flags with a building on them, that being Cambodia, Afghanistan, but also Spain, Portugal and San Marino. Unfortunately, this is also the end of the video. Let us know if you enjoyed this video, and if you did, don't forget to hit that like button. Also, subscribe to be the first of 20,000 legends on this channel. We'd love to welcome you. Anyway, as always, see you in the next episode of Earth Basics.